Flyquest Academy. On the blue side, we are going to have Team Liquid with Jenkins, Mike Young, Yusue, Tactical, and Cow. And on the red side, Revenge, Fnatic, Triple, Mash, and JJ representing Flyquest. My name is Aaron Loud Thoughts Eisenbart. And hopping straight into this game, we already see standard 5 points coming out by both teams here. Neither team really wanting to make an aggressive move just quite yet this early on. And I think a lot of that comes down to just look at the champ select that we have here. For the side of Team Liquid Academy, it's going to be Jenkins playing the Soraka top lane. That's been an absolute menace in pro play, completely stalling out any kind of aggressive picks up there. And on the bot side, you have the Tahm Kench, basically the exact same thing on the bottom side of the map, but this time not only does he deny your aggressive plays, he saves his own teammates doing it. So an absolutely disgusting scaling comp that's going to be based around making sure this Varus and this Yasuo are able to scale into the mid to late game. And on the other hand, Braum, I would have liked to see an invade coming out of him using the concussive stacks in order to try and find something here. And in fact, we do see 4 members of Flyquest Academy gathering together. They're going to be looking for the late invade. Pops the trinket there by JJ in order to find that ward out, but they will know that they are going in for this gank, deciding to steal away this red buff. Cow and Tactical, though, sitting on the bottom side of this bush. They see them. They have vision. Nothing in the bush, but now they're walking up. They're going to try and fight for this one. It's going to be a smite fight. A very tense level 1, that's for sure. Red buff resets there. Neither one of these junglers is able to pick that one up. And it looks like Fnatic trying to back away. Continuing to go back and forth here. He really wants to steal this one away. He's felt like he's invested too much time into this in order to give it up. Cow has rotated over in order to secure this red buff for Mike Young, and Fnatic now is stuck in a position where he does not have a way in unless he is willing to flash. JJ coming over to try and support as well, but the Tahm Kench with his tongue is going to keep away this Jarvan. Red buff secured by Mike Young, and that is not a start that you want to see coming out by Fnatic here. Unfortunately, wasting so much time on the bot side, unable to pick up anything for himself, and now he's not even going to receive a leash for his own blue buff. Still stuck at level 1, and Mike Young has an absolute tempo lead at the first couple of minutes starting out the gate. Looking at the top side, though, Revenge, understanding the situation, decides to push out the wave and goes down for a deep ward so he can get some vision onto the Sejuani, make sure that he understands where the jungler is going to be, because he knows he will not have any help coming from his Jarvan for quite a while here. Just finished taking that buff of his own and is going for a deep ward, but now has to try and go over to his top side of the map, find his second buff, try and pick up those Krugs as well, as we do see a little bit of trading going on back and forth. Tahm Kench and Varus gonna have quite a bit of poke if you use the Varus arrow correctly here. Tahm Kench trying to move up for those licks, but more importantly, the 2 support picks here that we see are just purely for defensive utility more than anything else. They're not going to have the most damage output, but they will be able to keep their teammates alive, which is really, really important here. We do notice that Mash is out of mana here, so he's not going to be able to throw out too much more harass. Might be looking for a quick reset. For anyone who knows, Misfortune has a weird build kind of singular to her, where she builds Doran blades and stacks those over and over again in order to take advantage of her passive. She takes overheal in her runes and takes the Doran's blades for more lifesteal so that she can constantly keep lifestealing and keep her passive up whenever she's going for trades, which allows her to really run in, get 1 or 2 more autos, or be able to run out and keep themselves from taking 1 or 2 more autos extra. So we do see that he was actually going to be picking up a Cole here. Not a bad idea either. He's going to be missing out a little bit of the flat lifesteal, instead getting health on hit. But it is a more scaling comp. I like this pickup here because it means that they understand Varus Tahm Kench is not going to have kill pressure on you, at least not until level 6. If anything, Tahm Kench is simply going to be looking to roam around the map, use his ultimate in order to try and influence the mid lane, or try and take members into side lane so that they can collapse on any kind of split push pressure that Flyquest Academy will try to be putting on. Now we do see Mike Young and JJ or Cow coming into the mid lane. Cow not showing up just quite yet, but Mike Young coming in, and an easy escape there by Triple. Just going to take his soldiers back out of that one. No kind of real pressure applied just quite yet. We are just hitting the 5-minute mark here. Both junglers struggling to find a way to find access onto this map, and that kind of is the result of these weaker early game drafts that are coming out, especially by the side of Team Liquid. Again, the Soraka, the Tahm Kench, even Yasuo really needing time in order to ramp up and start building his crit chance before he is able to influence the map. But with Sejuani showing mid, he knows that Mike Young is going to be backing off, and Fnatic trying to sneak into this Dragon Pit and see if he can just steal away a sneaky Dragon here. They're going to be able to get a lot of damage down onto this one. Bot lane and mid lane rotating over. They have a pink in the pit, and there's no way that TLA is going to know this one's going on. Smite secured, and Fnatic is going to be able to pick up the first Dragon of the game, an Infernal Dragon going over an advantage of Flyquest Academy. Oh, flash coming out by Jenkins, though, getting a good trade onto Revenge on the top side, forcing this Aurelia to flash as well. And Soraka top, we were mentioning it at the beginning of the game, is an absolute menace in pro play right now. Has so much survivability, especially into the likes of an Aurelia who wants to dash on top of you and deal a bunch of damage, but then you just put the silence underneath yourself, throw down the Starfalls, and constantly be chipping away at Revenge's health, and he's never going to be able to really stick to you, because as soon as you try to engage, you jump straight into a silence. And then Jenkins can heal up, and he has so much self-healing here that it's almost impossible for Aurelia, who needs DPS damage and not burst damage, to be able to completely chunk out the likes of Jenkins. But that's going to be Mike Young coming in on the top side, immediately forcing Revenge to turn around there, throwing out the Blade Caller, and is unfortunately not going to be able, is not going to be able to find anything for himself. Fortunately, Revenge not getting counter-killed there, trying to make an aggressive play for himself. And with that, Mike Young shows on the map once again, but to no avail. It's surprising to see that Jarvan hasn't tried to go for a gank yet. He must feel the pressure at this point. That him taking so long to take his first buff means that he's not able to really find a way on the map in order to influence it. Now, both junglers do see each other on the top side of the map. Jarvan saying heck to it. He's going to be able to go in. He finds the EQ. That is the Soraka ultimate drop in order to try and keep herself alive. Silence also thrown down in order to keep Fnatic from being able to continue that one. Revenge forced to back away as he's been chunked out to half health. Mike Young finally showing up as well. Dashes away from another flag and drag. Great job there in order to dissuade that one. And a great opportunity gank by Fnatic there. Keep in mind, Jenkins flashed forward earlier in order to try and kill Revenge in a solo kill on the top side. So the Jarvan knew that there was absolutely no flash available for the Soraka. If he just ignores Mike Young and goes straight into the fight, he has an opportunity in order to try and pick up a fantastic kill there. On the bot side of the map, though, Mash throws out the bullet time in order to try and get some extra damage down onto Cal. This is not going to really result in much, just trying to shove out the way more than anything else, and so he can get a good back timer here. Has stacked up just about 45 out of 100 of those stacks on the Cole. So, they're slowly working towards that itemization goal, is able to find a BF sword for themselves. But now that we have a little bit of lull in the action, something I want to point out here is just a couple of these star players that we have coming in. Tactical on the bot side. An absolute menace we've seen in the past couple of days, past couple of weeks for Academy Rush, putting up some high numbers and some high DPS for himself. And on the other side of the map, though, Fnatic and Revenge both showing up very strong as a topside duo. Revenge especially highlighting kind of the focus Flyquest Academy has on their top lane. But hold on, Triple tries to go in. That is going to be Yasuo also following it up with an ultimate of his own. First blood going over to Fnatic there, but they're going to try and keep this one going as Mash finds a second kill, and Braum on the top side is able to find the Tom Kench, a 3-for-0, and first blood going over to Flyquest Academy. Instead, they're going to be, now that they have picked up that triple kill, they're going to be rotating their way over to this Rift Herald, a fantastic early objective, and a fantastic map rotation coming out by Flyquest here in order to go rotate their bot lane up to the top side of the map so that they can pressure this Rift Herald at the 8-minute mark just as soon as that Herald spawns onto the map. We've seen it in LCS, they try and practice it here in the Academy League as well, and an overall great job by this team in order to pull off what is a fairly standard macro play at this point. Both teams trying to farm out these waves once again. MF sticking around to the top side is going to be able to back here in order to try and get some more items underneath the belt. Sticking around in base in order to find those last few items, but Yasuo Yosui deciding to go into the bot lane, try and shove this one out. We see that instead, TL has been rotating their bot lane into the mid lane to try and provide some pressure. They know that this Rift Herald has been picked up by Flyquest Academy, so they're going to do their best to pick up whatever, to try and switch their lanes around in a way that best dissuades this Rift Herald from going into the mid lane, because typically this first Rift Herald you do really want to try and use in order to either break some plates or pick up a mid lane turret here. once you break down that mid lane turret, you're able to get some deeper vision into the enemy jungle and start really playing for this macro game where you pick up these objectives like the next dragon that is going to be spawning in 15 seconds here. It is going to be an Ocean Drake. So we have either Mountain or Wind coming up as the third and final dragon and soul for this game. Now, if you ask me, I think that the Mountain Dragon is going to be far more vital for either one of these teams really here. Having that overshield is going to be huge, on top of the fact that the increased resistances, the percentage that you get from having that Mountain Soul would be absolutely insane for the likes of Cow, Mike Young, Fnatic, JJ. Any one of these teams could really take advantage of that increased tankiness, and the shield is always nice, especially for the likes of Mash. But this dragon's going to be going down. A steal coming over by Mike Young there. He's able to find the smite. Fnatic trying to turn that one around, but ignored the dragon. Did not have his smite up from what it looks like. So a fantastic walk in there by Mike Young in order to pick that one up, is able to take away this Ocean Drake. And it's one Ocean Drake, so it's not going to be the worst. It would be far worse if it was a soul here. But an Ocean Drake, when you have a Sejuani and a Soraka, is going to mean you have so much passive healing potential coming out by the side of Team Liquid Academy. It's going to be very difficult for Flyquest Academy to be able to pick up one of these kills, and they're going to have to start building towards an Executioner's Calling like we see in the hands of Revenge. Now bot side, Jarvan trying to rotate over. Instead, going to be walking away as 2v1 in the bottom side of the map. The bot lane of TL still going to be sitting in the mid side here. Yusui trying to just absorb this wave, absorb the pressure, and stall out that Rift Herald as long as possible, which was already popped and dropped. I think on the bottom side of the map, but to no avail. Did not really pick up all too much. Kind of missed it there because it did not have that big of an impact in terms of what you want out of a Rift Herald drop here. You got a couple of platings, fantastic, but not nearly as much as you would be hoping to get. Now, Yusui found himself alone on the bottom side of the map. Revenge, though, is going to be trying to go forward onto Jenkins here, and there we see the Starfall coming in, preventing Revenge from running down the Soraka, and again, straight back to even standings here in the top side of the map. The power of the solo lane Soraka is that you just simply can't kill her. Finally, we do see Flyquest Academy going to be matching the tempo of TL Academy here by sending their bot lane towards the mid side as well, opting to put Triple into the bottom side of the map and shove out this wave. 1v1s once again for Yusui and Triple here instead of trying to offset these lanes. Now on the top side of the map though, Fnatic going to sweep out a ward here. Not going to be able to find his way onto Jenkins just quite yet. Jenkins has his flash, has his barrier available, so you don't have to worry too much about being picked off there. You can simply flash away from the Cataclysm. But in the mid side, Mash going forward, getting a ton of damage. He's going to be able to drop the bullet time, and it's a great pick up there by Mash, finding a huge chunk onto Tactical. Cow just not really respecting the amount of trade and consuming Varus faster there. So a pickup, a solo kill for Mash and JJ. Meanwhile, topside though, Jenkins might find a solo kill for himself. The Starfall comes out, is not going to be able to find it onto Revenge, but Fnatic and JJ are here for the backup. Cataclysm comes out, he's trying to force the flash early. JJ jumps into the pit, they're going to try and get concussive blows down. They will be able to find it. The Braum ultimate also dropped. Jenkins drops his ultimate though, trying to get away from this one. The exhaust used in order to stall for more time. Just look at this pure amount of healing. Jenkins is not falling down. One more concussive blows and an extra auto attack should mean the kill, but this Soraka just doesn't die in the top side. Absolutely obnoxious champion up there. You see the amount of healing from the ultimate, you see the amount of healing from the Qs that you can just constantly throw out, and when you have ninja tabbies, Jarvan's not doing damage to you, Revenge isn't doing damage to you, so you just survive forever, forcing out multiple ultimates and an exhaust there. Sure, Jenkins used both of his summoners, his ultimate as well, but you have just absorbed so much pressure on the top side of the map and absorbed two of the best team fighting ultimates coming out by Flyquest Academy here. No Braum ult, no Jarvan ult, so anytime that there's going to be a fight in the next, 45 seconds or so, it is going to be heavily in favor of Team Liquid Academy. Dragon spawning in just over a minute here. They're going to need to start rotating down towards this bottom side of the map and look for this ward coverage. No Baron will be available just quite yet. So instead, it looks like they're going to be trying rotating around this second Rift Herald. Now, the first Rift Herald does a solid chunk of damage to turrets, but is not really anything to write home about. On the other hand, Shelly's big sister, Shelly 2.0, does a fantastic job at destroying turrets. If you were able to pick this one up by the side of Flyquest Academy, you could easily just go straight into the mid lane, drop it down, and take that mid-outer turret right off the bat. Seeing as how no turret has been destroyed yet, it would also result in some little bit of extra gold in the pockets of Flyquest Academy. It looks like they have started up this Rift Herald. Jarvan on that one already. Instead, TL Academy giving that one over for free, opting to try and get some mid priority here and work their way down into the bottom side of the map in order to get some ward coverage for the upcoming Windrake. We didn't get that Mountain Dragon we were talking about, but a Windrake is just as good in a lot of senses, especially considering the likes of Revenge or Jenkins really enjoy having the extra movement speed when they pop the ultimate in order to try and run the other person down. Jenkins, in order to keep himself safe in later stages of team fights, and tactical as well, honestly, would enjoy that. So, Dragon now spawned onto the map, but Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane in order to try and pressure this one. It's going to be able to get the charge off. First turret going over for Flyquest Academy as they're able to get that first Shelly charge off. It looks like he's even going to find a second. No! Tactical swerving that arrow into the backside of the Rift Herald, stopping it from hitting the turret, doing a fantastic job of preventing even more plates or more turret damage from going down. But with that Rift Herald, Flyquest Academy is able to get the inside track onto this dragon. They're burning it down, but it has started to reset. Braum trying to stall out for as much time as possible. Is able to use his ultimate in order to prevent an entrance from TL here. And Fnatic able to pick that one up for the side of Flyquest Academy. First Windrake given over to the side of Flyquest on the red side of the map here. Now, 17 minutes into the game, next objective on the map is going to be this Baron coming up in 20 minutes. So, what are we going to be looking from both of these teams here in order to set up for this one? Game's pretty in favor of Flyquest here. They have the 5 kills picked up so far, but Team Liquid does not feel too pressured at the moment. Another turret is going to be going down for the side of Flyquest. They're able to put just a little bit more gold into their pockets, putting themselves at a 5,000 gold lead. And at this point, they're going to try and start setting up for this Baron because, again, we go back to the team composition that TL is running here. They want to stall this game out. If you can get Varus onto multiple items, especially if you're able to get him that Gunsu's Rage Blade, he's going to start popping off in these team fights. Yusue on that Yasuo also wants to complete his 2-item power spike. Static Shift already picked up. Infinity Edge should be the next itemization here in order to really provide that DPS that they need. And from there, they're never going to die. Sejuani starts in the front line, gets all the CC you need. Cal can save the Varus if anybody jumps on them, and Jenkins with the ultimate from the top side has finally completed his Athena's Unholy Grail. Will be able to just drop ultimate and keep everybody alive on the side of Team Liquid Academy. So, with that, what does Flyquest look to do in return? They want to try and blow this game open. A 20-minute Baron, good idea. But more importantly than that, trying to continue to force fights in their favor, which they're doing right now. Fnatic is able to find Jenkins out. That is going to be the bold time drop as well off of the EQ. Jenkins not even having an opportunity to drop the ultimate of his own. Even used barrier there, but was not able to survive through all the DPS, and that's what you like to see. A pick coming out by Flyquest Academy when they already have the advantage. They know that they need to end this game early before they get outscaled here, and so they're going to be able to pick up one more kill from themselves, immediately rotate over to the top side of the map and try and burn down this outer turret, completing the trifecta of outer turrets being picked up here and providing great access into the enemy jungle for ward coverage. Now, Yusui doing a fantastic job of stalling this one out, but bot side of the map the entire time. Revenge is there, using his abilities here to stack up attack speed, and more importantly, Sheen procs. A little tip for Aurelia players: use one stack of the E and then wait for your Sheen to come off of cooldown before using the second one in order to get more turret damage out through the Sheen procs, because it does have a little bit of a timer. Revenge is able to pick up that inner turret on the bottom side, so 3 turrets picked up now for the side of Flyquest Academy. And so far, they're absolutely controlling this map. They have the advantage. They feel strong. They are sitting at what is now a 7,000 gold lead, slowly working their way up higher and higher, trying to balloon this lead as fast as possible. Flyquest Academy currently sitting at 2-2 in the Academy series. Meanwhile, Team Liquid sitting at a 0-4 at the moment. Now, we know that they have had a lot of issues with their current roster, both in the Academy and LCS, But Broxa fortunately was able to announce that his visa was approved yesterday, but hold on, Mike Young trying to throw out the ultimate is able to find JJ, but not a whole lot of follow-up left out there. The Braum able to walk away pretty much scratch-free. And so Sejuani ultimate is going to be down now that Baron is up and on the map. That is a massive engage tool, no longer available for Team Liquid. And so we see Flyquest Academy immediately trying to start and rotate their way through this river, develop the ward coverage that they need in order to pick up this Baron as quickly as possible. Instead, they're going to be rotating through the mid lane, providing more mid pressure, making sure that Revenge is safe to take this red buff, take it away from the likes of Tactical, from the likes of Yusui. Do not want to give those guys any kind of pressure with their auto attack, since these are auto attack reliant champions. But regardless of that, top side of the map, Baron is alive. Look at the ward coverages on the top side. For the side of Flyquest, you have a pink in the pit, you have a pink in the river, you have the scuttle crab, you have wards behind the Baron pit. But what they really need to be doing here is try and push that ward coverage up into the entrance of TL's blue buff side of the map in order to get some kind of ward coverage of enemy opponents that are starting to work their way into the Baron pit. Again, they're going to be able to pick up this scuttle crab. It looks like it was actually just a zombie ward there that was giving them vision in the center of that river. Taken a while in order to try and set up this Baron. Do not want to rush too fast. I think it would have been a good opportunity for them with the Glacial Prison down for Mike Young. Not having a whole lot of extra engage besides that, but Yusui trying to solo out this top lane turret instead, and Triple is going to be there to respond or try and match this one up. And an engage coming in by Mike Young there is going to be able to provide Yusui a way in for the ultimate, but he was not prepared for the turnaround coming in as Fnatic and JJ were there as well. Now Cataclysm coming out onto Mike Young will provide the perfect pick off to the jungler, while Revenge this entire time gets the dragon on the bottom side of the map. So you make a play on the top side, get 2 extra kills, and you get the dragon for free. This is going to result in a free Baron coming in for Flyquest Academy, popping off in this early game and rotating it through some fantastic macro play in order to keep up the pressure. There's no wards in this pit. TL has to know that it's going on, but they don't have a jungler, so there's no way that they can pressure this. They don't have a smite. They don't have a way of engaging this one unless Tactical wants to go for a miracle Q snipe on it, but that's your AD carry that you'd be throwing away, and there would be would be a turn play on that. So Flyquest able to secure a Baron here off of the back of a couple of fantastic macro plays, and Mike Young really kind of dropping the ball on that one, showing up on the top side. They didn't have the ward coverage in order to know how many people of Flyquest are going to be there for that fight. And so you show jungler on the top side of the map, there's going to be no smite to contest bottom side for this dragon, and then you die in that gank, which means that you give over the smite completely for free, and now the Baron is an absolute easy objective for the side of Flyquest in order to pick up there. At this point, they should be looking to be doing at least a 1-4 split lane here. Immediately we see Revenge on the top side of the map. He is going to be trying to pressure this inner turret, but a Fnatic death push coming out by the side of TL. Flash away by Triple there in order to keep himself safe from that Varus ultimate. Fantastic job to prevent that pick from going through, and now immediately Team Liquid has to back off here, knowing that the rest of Flyquest Academy will be on their way down to the bottom side of the map. And meanwhile, Revenge absolutely for free picks up that top side inner turret. He's going to keep this one going. Tactical and Cal are going to clear out the mid wave and then try and respond on the top side of the map. But now the rest of Flyquest Academy is able to make their way down into the bottom side and start pressuring this bot lane inhibitor turret. Revenge also sticking around, keeping that Baron empowered minions through the top side. Bot lane inhibitor turret goes down, but a great Glacial Fissure coming out by Mike Young there in order to try and pick off Triple. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to walk away from that one. JJ trying to re-engage here. He's not going to be able to find too much as Mike Young backs out. And now they're just looking for the objectives here. Revenge is able to pick up the inhibitor turret on the top side of the map. Meanwhile, MASH finds an inhibitor on the bottom side after they just previously picked up the turret. Now they're going to immediately rotate over to the top side. Stun does not land, but a great Q coming up by JJ does, and Tactical chunked out there by just a little bit of damage. A couple of skill shots coming out by JJ and MASH. Triple forced to use the ultimate in order to keep Yusui away, but the re-engage drag flash coming out by Fnatic there is able to pick up a kill onto Yusui. Meanwhile, JJ on the front line is able to find a 4-man ultimate. Bullet time comes out, Revenge goes in, and it's a clean sweep here by Flyquest Academy. They're able to find the 0 for 5 ace, and an absolutely commanding victory coming out by Flyquest Academy. First Nexus turret goes down, second Nexus turret goes down. This one, clean, simple, easy play by Flyquest Academy. Too strong of an early game, too weak of an early game, and it's going to be a victory. Fantastic job by Flyquest Academy.